Hey guys, it's Mark and welcome to the Part-Time British Guy. Okay, we've got a reaction video we're going to do, and I'm just setting this up real quick. It's about Eagle Squadron. Now, if you've read the About page, you know that I am helping to write a book about an American who joins Eagle Squadron. So there's a lot to talk about, so let's share this so you guys can see it, and I'll start yapping. Okay, here we go.
This is the Gaumont British News, presenting the world to the world.
This is possibly before the BBC, so I'm not exactly sure when the BBC started, but if anybody knows, by all means, please leave a comment, okay? And it says, U.S. pilots to fly for Britain.
They call them the Eagle Squadron. They wear the uniform of the Royal Air Force and they train under RAF instructors, but they're American, flying men over in Britain to help give Hitler a pasting. Their CO will be Squadron Leader Taylor, under the administration of Group Captain Charles Sweeney.
Okay.
The idea for the ordnance.
Sweeney.
The idea for the ordnance.
Administration of Group Captain.
There we go. Okay, that patch. Same as this patch right here, and I've got this. This was a present from my business partner, Jay Worsley, and it is very important to me. It is when you become proud of something, you don't realize, like, until you begin to read the stories of, okay, let's be realistic. The way Hollywood portrayed World War II is not the way World War II happened. It's very glorified, and the interesting thing about Eagle Squadron, these pilots knew war was coming. 1940, we didn't enter the war till 1941. And quite literally, they saw the writing on the wall, and they had to do something about it. And the price they paid, and because the British military didn't take in foreign nationals. You couldn't be a foreign national, and in other words, an American, and join the RAF. They literally had to give up their American citizenship. Okay, and it wasn't like the military was like, oh yeah, we'll just send you off to England, no big deal. Many of them had to go to Canada or wherever and book passage, on their own in order to get to England. Nobody offered them the money, and that was kind of the thing, the crux of what became the idea for consequences. And it was because I had said to myself, I was like, wow, I'm going to, if I were to do this, my father would have disowned and disinherited me. He would have nothing to do with me if I had done that. If I had given up my American citizenship to fight in the war, he would have been furious. And a lot of people are like, well, there weren't that many who joined. And actually, there were 3 squadrons, 71st Squadron, the 121st, and the 133rd. And this is actually the patch for the 133rd. So enough of me rambling on the way I do. Let's take a look.
Captain Charles Sweeney.
The idea for the organization of this squadron came from the Lafayette Flying Corps, which served with the French Army in the last war. Squadron Leader Taylor is to take command of the squadron.
It is a great honor to be given command of a fighting squadron in the RAF. I feel it's an enviable peak to a rather busy flying career in the American Navy, in the United States Marines, and as an airline pilot.
They've decided that this war is as much theirs as Britain's, so they're getting acquainted with machine guns as a change from crop dusting, stunt flying, and piloting the airmail.
See, crop dusting, stunt flying, and delivering the mail. That's what a lot of these guys did. And it was like, all right, I'm quitting my job and I'm going to England, This is a Lewis gun, and the reason why I know that is in the chapter named Bombed Out. Two of the pilots, they don't know that they're related. They're actually cousins. One's from Australia, the other's from England. One's our protagonist. Jump in a ditch because the Germans are bombing Biggin Hill. They're bombing the airfield. And they jump into a ditch, and the Australian grabs a hold of the Lewis gun. He's like, "Can I borrow this?" And he just starts shooting back. So I got very familiar with what the Lewis gun is. Something you don't see every day. You don't see a two-seated spit. And again, one of the other things to note, look how small the cockpit is. I mean, you don't get a good shot of the cockpit from here, but look at the way the student, which I assume that's the student is in the back, learning things, unless the student is in the front and the instructor is in the back. But look how small the cockpit is. There is not a lot of wiggle room. I mean, unless, of course, you're in a Bowfighter, of course.
And here is a sample of their flying.
I realize it's 1940. I realize the quality of the video is very grainy and stuff like that, but it can't be helped. It's 1940, but still, it is Eagle Squadron, and it is something that is important to me. I mean, if you're not sure, that's one of the reasons why I started falling in love with the RAF. I started falling in love with the Spitfire, which because it's what it can do. It was, for its time, the right plane that the British needed. The British needed an interceptor. They needed a short-range fighter because the Germans were coming over from France, and it was a great fighter to have, to be able to go up, fight, get into a dogfight, land, hi, come on up. This is my cat. I don't know if you can see my cat, but she decided to jump up, and if her head pops up, or her tail for that matter, don't mind, okay? But yeah, the Spitfire was the perfect interceptor for what Great Britain needed at the time. Let's continue. Okay, that's it. That was actually it. So I'm going to close that out, and you can see part of her tail over here. You can see it. Hi. So yeah, I hope you guys liked the video. I hope you guys liked the reaction. Yeah, I'm proud. I really love the book that we're doing, and I realize that it takes a long time to write a book. That's it. That's all the time I have. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing your comments. Bye.